first of all, thank you most sincerely, and to welcome you to Athlone, and to say that getting here this morning took an effort for many of you, notwithstanding the weather, but it's, as Deirdre said, the lived experience that you bring, the story that you bring, and as a minister in the department of Minister Cleary, I've loved every minute of travelling the country, meeting people, looking at what we can achieve, what you've done, what you're doing, and I'm delighted that Niamh is here with us this morning, Dr. Niamh, I should say. Can't believe it's 25 years.
I know, me neither.
I'm 21 years in public life, and you've been challenging, advocating, working with all of us in Cork City. And if you haven't visited Tucker Family Resource Centre, then please do, because it's phenomenal what Niamh does there. And my husband is from the estate. Every time I go through it and walk through, I see the joy, the happiness, the opportunity, and the profound change that you've made to people's lives. And thank you so much to you and all your team. It is important, it is impressive. I'm not saying that you're here, but it's an example of that lived experience, despite the pressures of working with different agencies and working with us. And sometimes we all say no, and Niamh says you can't say no. And we have overcome some challenges, but thank you. Deirdre, thank you for the welcome and for your work, and to Adele, Jane, and all of the team preparing for today and the work you do with the breakfast. And could I ask to show your appreciation to the subcommittee who organised today, so thank you very much. Today is about not me talking to you, or me lecturing, or me doing anything other than to listen, and to be genuinely appreciative. I suppose, as many of you know, my background as a former Director of Education, being involved in community organisations and what was then the Cork Community Development Institute, and then being involved with parish councils being set up, just as part of my background. So today, for me, is about listening. The agenda that Deirdre and you have got before you is one that is about the power of the shared journey, the lived experience, but being reflective, and also the learnings we can take. And that's the important point for me, is the learnings we can take. And at a time when next week we have a budget, and we're in negotiations on budgets with Minister Chambers and Minister Donoghue, and our team in the department, Minister Cleary and I, and the Secretary and others, are re-emphasising at every opportunity the importance of SICAP, not as a programme itself, which is important, the quality of the work, which is equally as important, but what you're delivering and what the people you're working with are producing. And as a minister, but as a politician, what we need to do continually is taking what social inclusion is and what is at its heart, and the support for our communities, which must be that underpinning, that foundation of all our policies. And so, to you all, the volunteers, the staff, the community groups, the work you're doing in delivering SICAP, in challenging times, and just imagine the different challenges you've overcome: Ukrainian war, new arrivals, COVID, cost of living crisis, all affecting people, real lives, real stories, real people. And what you've done is extraordinary. And let me just make the point that both Minister Cleary and I want to reassure you that we recognise the work you do. It's unparalleled, actually. And I'm never afraid to say this. If we didn't have what you do, our country would be in a lot poorer state. We'd be having different conversations about certain politicians across the pond in England or across the pond in America. They would be dominating, but we're not. Because of what you do, we have a different country. And you're supporting people, and you're supporting communities. And for me, communities are where we all live, but we're empowering each other. We're not just supporting, but we're nurturing and we're enhancing the lives of each other. And I have no doubt that the next couple of years will be equally as challenging. Each of us in this room have a commitment to reducing exclusion, polarisation, social inequality, and working, irrespective of our ideology of who we are, to have a just and more fairer society that leaves nobody behind. And my background as a former education director teaching leadership applied is about that. It's about leaving nobody behind. That opportunity piece must be for everybody. And as Deirdre said, SICAP is that program that drives us on in building that more equal, better society. And each of you have your own stories. I can learn a lot from you, and I'm open to that. Because in the reduction of poverty, and both Taoiseach and Thomas have spoken about child poverty, and in the budget next week, I hope that we will have a major piece in that. But in tackling the issues that we speak about every day, in terms of exclusion and marginalisation, you have a critical role to play. And that, as you said, Deirdre, is about collaboration. And that partnership is about all of us engaging and listening and putting a roadmap together to go forward. And that's a whole of government approach that requires buy-in from government. And I was talking to people from Pubble earlier, and I want to acknowledge Juan Carlos, where you got to, we were in college together. You raised well, in fairness, I haven't. But thank you for your great work still. But it is about the stories. We do need the data, we do need the research. But the power of the story is critical. And if we learn nothing from certain referendums, it's the power of the person. My friends from Bray who went to the launch of the SICAP report with the clothes and with the cushions. Fantastic story, as an example. So, Minister Cleary and I, as part of our department with other 8 government departments, are about government effectively responding and working together. And the Taoiseach in Bray, when he launched the report, made the point that the statistics reveal a real story. They do. But they also show the achievements, and they also show that by reflecting and listening and making changes, we can continue to build communities and develop. And I suppose if you look at what we're doing through local development companies, or local development committees, the department, and of course Pubble, we are having a profound impact. I was in Knocknagreen 2 weeks ago, working with IRD Duhala and Pubble and our department, and you see the profound change in the community centre, breathing new life into the small rural village. I see Ryan here from SICAP with Banadee 2 weeks ago. Again, small rural part of West Cork, profound change. And the point that I like to make to people in deeper is that we are supporting, and you are a part of 3,101 community organisations, working with and supporting almost 33,000 people receiving support. That's people. Not a statistic in a report, but real people. And equally, and we debated this week and last week in the Shannon and Dolan Social Enterprise, supporting 473 social enterprises, providing 3,000 jobs or opportunities for people. And I was at the Lord Mayor of Dublin recently, the Dublin City Council Social Enterprise Awards, and just to see the beginning to now story reveals that we can, when we work with different priority target areas, make a difference. So today, in this Inner Worlds theme of your conference, again demonstrates in a tangible, real way what we're all doing and what you're doing in particular. I'm a big believer in the sharing of experiences. And I do that because I find in my life as a teacher, as an activist, as a politician, it helps to bring people with us. It shows that we can empower people and the benefit of learning, of second chance, and of leadership. And all of you know full well the myriad of schemes and the opportunities that brings and the difficulties and ways. But to you all and your staff and your volunteers, your work and your dedication is making a difference. And I want to just conclude by saying that if there's things you think we should be doing more of, apart from money, let us know. Talk to me. You have an open door, Minister Cleary now. Deirdre speaks again, I might have finished this book, collaboration. And it's so important. It's that circle that gets joined up. Because everything that we're doing, whether it's well-being, language support, just a simple conversation. Did a report yesterday launched in Longford. And the older people wanting to be connected, to have that core, combating loneliness or isolation, supporting people in diverse communities, so that we can make them all feel welcome, equal and valued. And I was in the Quaker meeting house in Cork last week, 2 weeks ago, Thursday week, meeting a group of new arrivals. Some afraid, wondering what type of area we're coming into. Some seeing it as a place of opportunity, and some genuinely looking to just be at peace with themselves and with the world, given where they come from. So as a country, we've always had a rich diversity, a heritage and a welcoming spirit, and I hope we continue to have that. There's nothing better than the power in this room, celebrating, acknowledging people. So enjoy today. Don't be afraid to have your voice heard. Challenge each other, challenge us. I look forward to hearing from Neil and all the other speakers, but again, just my focus on Wheeler Breakers that got in a bit of us and our Vermont.